We have seen some crazy builds throughout the years of playing NBA 2K. A lot of builds that are overpowered, builds that can do it all on both sides of the floor, builds that are just straight up, broken. And in today's video, we're going to look back at every 2K in the My Park era, starting in NBA 2K15 and making our way up, all the way to NBA 2K24, and saying, in my opinion, which build is the best in every one of those games. Let's get straight into the video, starting NBA 2K15, the 7-foot small forward demigod. Now, is there really a lot I have to say about this build right here? What couldn't you do? I think this is the best build that's ever been in any 2K, ever. You was 7 foot tall, so you can rebound, and you was the size of a center, but you also could dribble and shoot like you was Steph Curry at the same time, while dunking like LeBron. Next up, we have the 6'7" outside point guard from NBA 2K16. This build had the best defense on the game, the tallest you can be while still being able to speed boost at the same time, could hold its own guarding centers. You can finish at the rim with crazy contact dunks. This build could really do everything, but it thrived in the 3v3s, making it easily the best build on NBA 2K16. NBA 2K17, an honorable mention, the 6'10" point forward. Here you got a build that in the 2s and the 3s it was a matchup nightmare. While being the size of a center, you moved and dribbled like a point guard. The only reason I have it as an honorable mention is because it was limited in what game modes it could play. This build could not speed boost in 5v5 Pro, but overall I think it is the second best build on NBA 2K17. And coming in as my best build on NBA 2K17, the 6'2" pure sharpshooter. Anyone that ever remember playing NBA 2K17 can remember playing this build somewhere, no matter what game mode you was in. You can dribble just as fast as a playmaker, while having a high 90 3-pointer and Hall of Fame brick wall setting you screens. And back in NBA 2K17, if you remember the gameplay, the Hall of Fame brick wall screens was the most overpowered thing in the game. So this led to a lot of wide open 3-pointers for these little sharpshooters to knock down. And especially once you got your sharp grand badge and the Hall of Fame limitless range, you was not missing. And along with the BB glitch dexing all over the court, getting yourself wide open, this was definitely the most iconic build in NBA 2K17. Next we have the NBA 2K18 stretch big man. Now I'm going to be the first one to say I did not play very much of NBA 2K18 for obvious reasons. But when I've seen clips of NBA 2K18, 9 times out of 10 it is always the stretch big man shooting contested shots over anybody and everywhere on the court. So while I might be wrong, I think the stretch big is justified to be the best build in NBA 2K18. NBA 2K19, the post scorer. Now I'm not going to get real specific about which type of post scorer, which specific one there is to pick from. With the double archetypes, all the post scorers in this game was still OP. It did not matter which one. But I'm just going to narrow it down to the sharpshooting post scorer. As you can see, you had all the skills to be a regular post scorer and having the post spin technician and the throwing people out of the way. The post badge in this game was OP. It was the most overpowered takeover I think I've ever seen in any NBA 2K. So while you had the strength and the post hooks ability and drop steps of a normal post scorer, you also had the huge hop back jump shots and being able to shoot over people what NBA 2K19 had because of the overpowered stretch big man as well. So you basically didn't have much of a chance to be able to guard any of these builds because they could take you to the post and drop step you or shoot a 3 in your face. NBA 2K20 two-way slash and playmaker. This build still gives a lot of people nightmares when they think about it, the quarantine days. But back to the NBA 2K20 gameplay, where hop steps and lockdowns was just so OP, and the gameplay was easy to shoot with a low 3-pointer. So you could easily shoot with a 65 3-pointer and while having a high dunk and Hall of Fame playmaking and defending badges. This build was just broken and very hard to stop. If it got the step on you, is a pro hop and a dunk. While if you backed up and sagged off, it can knock down the jump shot. But most telling of all, if you did get a stop, there was a lockdown guarding you because this build had Hall of Fame defending badges. Very OP, and we won't never see another build like this ever again on any other 2K. NBA 2K21, the 6'7" power forward demigods. Now this build was just so broken a lot because of the gameplay. But also for some reason if you went in NBA 2K21 and got, as a power forward, you got so many more attributes than the rest of the positions. Thinking back to NBA 2K21, what do you think of on next gen? Lots and lots of contact dunks, while fading a lot of threes. And where these power forwards had so many more attributes than every other build on the game, you had to go with the power forward to make your build that much better than the rest. So you've seen these in every game mode on NBA 2K21, and they was obviously the best build on NBA 2K21. NBA 2K22, the playmaking shot creator. Now I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because there was no other build close to the playmaking shot creator on NBA 2K22. So NBA 2K22, the playmaking shot creator, is the best build. NBA 2K23, the 6'9" point guard demigods. Now, I know I've used the word demigods a few more times in this video than I probably should have. But nothing compares to NBA 2K15, but when I say that, I just mean that build type was just so much better. It didn't exactly matter. You didn't have to make an exact way to make it. However, in NBA 2K23, these 6'9s was absolutely crazy. As you can see, look at how these 6'9s was dribbling. While being able to shoot, while being able to dunk, while having good defense. There was variations that had a higher dunk. There was variations that had a higher three. It really didn't matter at the end of the day because they was overpowered any way you made them. So the 6'9" point guard is the best build in NBA 2K23. NBA 2K24, the 6'6" point guard demigod. Now I understand that these builds are not as OP as the rest of the demigods on this list. However, these 6'6s are just better than any other build on this game overall, depending on how you make them. These 6'6s, you can have a high dunk and you can have a low three. You can have a little bit of both, and you can have no defense. You could have good defense. There's different ways to make these builds, but overall, you get more attributes than every other height and position on the game. So you can have a build like, Joe Nose's 6'6 build with little to no defense, but having, 92 ball handle, 94 dunk, 92 three, and just being completely OP on the offensive end. Or you can have a defensive version and have, 85 perimeter with all that, and a little bit lower of a three. I digress though, the 6'6s are still the best height and position on the game as the point guard. On to NBA 2K25, the 99 3-pointer point guard. Now I was kind of indecisive on this because I don't feel like there is a clear-cut favorite for NBA 2K25. However, the 99 3-pointer point guard has dominated all year long in every game mode. With shooting being so hard, you about have to have a 99 3 to be able to shoot really consistently, along with the Dexon, and it is good in every game mode. But please like this video and leave a comment and let me know if you think I got all these right or anything you think is wrong with this list. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I'll see you all in the next video.